We're back. Face cam on the right side this time. And I'm here with Savage,
again.
a.k.a. Evan Redman, in the bottom. Hi, Evan!
Hello. Literally been 3 minutes since the last video, but let's do this again.
We just
got this.
recorded the last video. This is coming out almost probably a day later. Who knows? Maybe I'll record or make a thumbnail tonight, and this will also be tonight. What are you doing? Today, we are making pros.
Ads. I just kept getting targeted ads. I don't want them.
Us pros. We have been paid by playing Bopl Battle, which makes us professionals.
Well, I guess that's true.
Yeah,
And
which
we
makes
run
us.
the tournaments. We run the tournaments. You and I are the server owners.
We own the competitive Bopl Battle server, the number 3 and 4 largest Bopl Battle Discord servers we own.
Absolutely, let's go.
And today we are making a tier list, a definitive tier list, because we have seen many tier lists, but none have been quite like ours. We've seen hundreds.
I've seen so many tier lists that are just either completely inversely wrong, or they don't know what they're talking about. But Gussie and I have a combined, I think we're almost up to a combined almost 1,000 hours. I know we're.
Well, I have
for
700
sure,
hours on the game right now.
Yeah, well, no, I'm talking legitimate-ish hours.
Oh yeah, we've played a lot.
I have a very legitimate 430 hours, and
I think I have a legitimate like 500.
Yeah, you've got a legitimate a lot as well. So we know what we're talking about here.
We've played the game.
I just checked the days I've been playing. I've been playing this game for over 200 days.
Oh wow!
Like, because and I'm including my demo because the full game hasn't even been out for 200 days.
Yes.
I joined the Discord server, the official one, November 4th, which was 191 days ago. And I've been playing the game.
You know what's funny?
Before that,
I joined the official Bopl Battle server November 5th, a day after you.
Damn.
I searched this up. Okay, but let's get in. Basically, everything you need to know about this. S to D tier. To the left means higher, to the right means lower. And that's it. Well, you guys can see Savage's screen. I will be not looking at it. But basically what we'll do, we'll go left to right, starting with Dash, go through every single ability. We're both going to rank it on our own, and then we're going to discuss why we think it's that ranking, and then we can switch if we think so, if we think we need to. But this is still our own, and we're still going to remain unbiased to each other.
Well, I think that what we should do is we pick the ability, we discuss it, and then we put it where it wants to go. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna take me about a million years to rank this if I'm just thinking on my own. But with your help, go a lot quicker.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well,
so,
yeah. So let's do that.
Let's start off with Dash, the easiest ability in the game to rank. That is a fat S tier.
Fat S.
Top
Fat
S
S
tier in my opinion.
It is one of the best movement abilities.
In the entire game.
Its only like rival for movement abilities is Grapple, and Grapple's okay, but the reusability, how you do not need to aim this at all. Well, you do need to aim it, but you don't need to click on other platforms. It is just so easy and so maneuverable. I mean,
it also gives you this is really hard to time, but there are a slight amount of like immunity frames because where you're dashing from and where you're dashing to is a larger hitbox and then like between it. So you can dash through things only in a certain spot. So one, that's a big upside to it. Two, it's instant movability opposed to Grapple where it takes a moment. Obviously teleport's amazing, but it does not give that you have to preset the teleport. Say I'm in a sticky position, but my teleport's not helping me at all. The dash instantly helps. Also, another thing to note, dash combos with so many abilities. It's just so good.
Not one meta combo that does not include dash in it. It is that good.
Yeah. Every single combo that is used by any one of like the top 100 players in this game, they need the dash. So that's easy. Let's move on to grenade next.
A tier.
I'm gonna. What are you putting it as?
A. After the buff.
A tier. Yeah, after the buff. Before buff
is B tier.
B tier. Yeah, before the buff. But now with this new buff, they've massively increased the throwing range on it.
Yes. There's a lot more power behind it.
Yeah, it's always been good, and I've always wanted to use it more. But unfortunately, bows always it was just objectively
bows
better.
Just better because you can pop shot with bows, which makes it slightly better.
If you pop shot. By the way, for people who don't know, pop shot is a term referring to when you just click the ability and it instantly it happens. So if you pop shot with a bow, the arrow originates from the back of your bopple or slime. That's still debated in the community, but it'll instantly kill them. But the grenade, you do it, you're both dead, and that doesn't really help anybody. You're not gonna get any more points than them.
Yet we still find so many grenade combos today. Asvin, one of the top players of the game, he uses blink and grenade so masterfully, opens up opportunities, and then will just trap someone with the grenade because the grenade will sit in a spot for a certain amount of time, and that helps so much. Like
another thing that's really hard to do with grenade, that is an ability that like you could cook it. You can cook the grenade.
yes,
And I've never really seen anybody who's been extremely known for being a master at cooking grenades properly. But if somebody ever arises and decides that they want to master that niche mechanic, that's going to be devastating. That's going to be very, very powerful. I wait to see that. I wait for the day to see that happen. I think that we agree on that one. I think we should move on to Bo now.
Bo, I think it's low S.
Yeah, it's lower S just because it is amazing, but obviously you have to be good with it. It's a very high. It's a very, very high skill.
You have many opportunities with Bo, such as motor shots, pop shots. It's really good at both long and short range and medium range even.
All around.
Only downfall is the length you have to hold it for is super temperamental.
Yeah, well, it also depends. I found that there are multiple stages to charging a bow, and the second to last stage before charging the bow is honestly, in my opinion, the best because you get it off significantly faster. Because there are the last like 2 charges of the bow is like the same thing. It's really annoying. But the one right before it's fully charged, like animation wise, it'll have more curve on it. Won't go quite as far, but it lets you go. It'll give the distance that you need, and also I'm sorry, a little rambling here. Another thing about bow is that's extremely good about it is you can curve your shots really well. If you know what you're doing, you can just curve right around that platform, and it's just really good. And you can pair it with. Obviously, you can pair it with a lot of other combos. Gust arrow, obviously, the biggest meta right now. Unfortunately, they decided to destroy blink,
but blink arrow was still very good for spawn killing.
Tied. I'll argue that blink bow and bow gust were like they were pretty 50-50 in the meta for months and months. They were rivals, just neck and neck. Obviously, different play styles that you had to use for them both. All right, let's move on to engine now.
Okay, I think this is where we'll start to disagree.
Yeah, probably gonna start to disagree a little here. I'm gonna put this in. I'm not gonna put it in B tier, but I am gonna put it in C tier. I might change my mind later. I'm gonna put it in C tier.
See, I think it's D tier. We were just in our last video. If you saw our underrated abilities, like engine is fine. It is great when it comes to comboing with other abilities. It serves so well playing with platform, with move or push, throw. All of those, it plays a great role in comboing, but has its own. It just doesn't have that necessity to be in your combo, and so I don't see it standing alone and doing well.
See, this is where we disagree here now. Now I always rely on this for describing Bopl. Bopl, it's fundamental. The whole key of Bopl, the whole thing about it is ability combos, and you yourself said that this ability is amazing for that. And you can pair it with so many things, and obviously by itself it's not able to hold up. But I think that because it combos so well with others, that puts it in C above D. That's where I'm gonna lie on that.
I know Bopl Battle is a game of combo making, but still, I see this, even though it's good for combos, it's not winning. It's only comboable with worse, subjectively worse abilities, such as push.
No, wrong. Gust engine is a fucking
Gust
with that. It's dominant. It is a very dominant.
Gust engine
when you engine
pushes fast.
It'll detach it from its where it's at. So when you gust it, it just flies, and you can catch people with it really, really well.
But the cooldown time, Max, I don't think it's worth it to be in a combo loadout.
Well, that's true. That's why I'm going to put it in C. That's why it's low down. It's not. I'm not going to put it in D because I find that there are worse abilities that I'm looking at right now. I'm saving D for the abilities that I laugh at. If I cry too when I die too.
All right. Next up, we have Blink.
Yes. Next up with Blink.
I think this is B tier.
Obviously, beforehand it was S.
Yes, it used to be S.
I'm gonna say
mega nerf.
If they fix the bugs, it's B tier. But at the moment, I'm gonna differ slightly. I'm gonna put it in like the lowest category in A tier. The lowest category in A tier.
Low A.
The lowest. It's gonna be the lowest one in A tier for me, because with the bugs it has right now, there are so much, and I
Yeah.
literally just made a bug report today about it.
Hmm.
You can just get blinked and die, and it happens enough to the point where it's actually not that bad. Also, it does combo very well. Just the ability to remove platforms from
Hmm.
the opponent
That's
is
good.
so strong. And there are 2 maps in the game where that's an instantaneous win as well. Like to note that.
Yeah.
Don't like those maps. So that's why I'm going to put in the lowest in A.
Well, yeah. So for me, after the nerf, it severely changed how you can play it. Laser Joe has
Oh yeah,
shown a good way of playing it as a defensive tool instead of offensive now, which
that's true.
that's
That's true.
that's fantastic. It's good at defense, but again, we're talking about comboing here, and when this is comboing, it doesn't combo well with other abilities. This was another one that you just
That's true.
had
Not
to
as
have.
well, but it stand alone. It stands alone.
It does
Like by
stand
itself is
alone.
very good.
As
Very good.
opposed to like Engine, Blink does stand alone.
Ooh.
I put it in B tier because I believe it is very good for defensive players and people that are looking for the slower pace game. But it's just, it is not what it used to be. There's many bugs with it that are gonna get fixed. I mean, yes, the accidental kills are great, but that's gonna be patched. And once all said and done, I believe it'll be B
Eventually.
tier.
That's true. I'm just gonna keep it in low A just because I find that if you use it correctly, it's very powerful. It's
Okay.
also like to note it is the best on water maps. On water maps specifically, this is
Yes, it is
the
good on
holy
water.
grail of saving yourself because you can just
Mhm.
I've seen it as I was playing with Octwally. Shout out to Octwally, my wife. We He's
Ex-wife.
playing triple. We Yeah, that's true. I left him from above him. He was playing triple blink, and he was able to save himself dozens of time by just blinking himself
Hmm.
and just going right back to the platform. Yes, the chance of just dying, but it is good. So I think we can move on to Gust now because
Hmm.
we've said our piece about blink. Uh, F
Gust.
period. I'll let you explain it first. Pretty simple. Maybe actually maybe
He
highest
can't see
A.
my screen. I can see his screen. I'm
I might
hovering
put it
over
highest
high
A.
A.
Either yeah, I'm either going highest A or lowest S. That's really hard. That's a really
It's
hard
hard.
decision in my mind. Because
Yeah.
I feel if I put it in A, then it makes S tier more prestigious. But if I put it in S tier, it makes S tier like I want
Mhm.
to leave S tier as free as possible. So I'm going to put it in the highest A tier category.
You know,
Highest A tier.
I think I've decided it's gonna go in S tier for me. And
Okay,
this
that's
is
fair. That's fair.
simply
And I'm we're both Gust mains here.
we're
Let's
go.
note that.
Well, for me, how I was looking at it, my combo literally is dash, arrow, gust, and
But mine is too.
when I would switch out, I would not switch Gust for Grenade in
Oh,
my
that's right. Yeah,
mind.
that's
I would
totally
not.
fair.
And so I think it deserves to be on S because it is that much above. I don't think it's just slightly above Grenade. I think it is that much above. Gust is so
Yeah,
good. It is
it is
so
hard.
comboable. We find Gust Grenade works. Gust Arrow
I
is,
have
of
an idea.
course, really fucking good ability. Pardon my French. I
Okay.
I think Gust is an S tier. What did you do? You just
No, I have an idea. No, I'm doing something. I'm doing something.
let him cook. Let him cook.
Oh
New.
crap.
He's making a whole new tier for
Crap.
Gust.
Oh crap. Crap. Not very. Oh.
I don't think
Crap.
Savage knows what he's doing.
Give me a moment. I'm pushing buttons and it's not
He's
working.
cooking.
Okay, I need that one to right here. I need this one on the top. I need this one right there. Okay, and then I'm gonna put.
Gust.
That's
You're
good.
gonna make Gust its own.
Yeah, it's two in between my mind. It's two in
It's
between.
two.
I can't.
That's fair.
It's two in between. I
That's
can't do
fair.
it. This is just it's too
I'm
hard.
gonna leave it at S tier, and I think I'm gonna
It's just
lock
I
out my
can't
S
decide.
tier here. I see the other abilities, but I think my S tier is gonna be locked from here on out because it is just that good.
Yeah, it is. It is good. It is good. And obviously, there's Gust Arrow. There's so many combos you can put with
Mhm.
Gust. Gust Grenade, amazing. Gust Tesla Coil. That's another one that's very good. Gusting other players away, being able to gust drills away. It's just so powerful. Being able to push players off the top of the map to kill them, putting them to
Mhm.
heaven. Same day delivery, better faster than UPS. Being able to dunk them, give them baths. It is amazing. I can't compare it to Bow and Dash because I find that Bow and Dash I want to sacrifice that. I want to sacrifice that. Yeah, I sacrificed the dash because I'm a little different, but that's a whole other story. But
Hmm.
I can't put it in its own anything other than its own thing.
Yeah.
From that, I think we
All
can
right.
move on to growth
Yep.
ray.
Let's go a bit
Ooh, I gotta
faster. We're running a bit long. We're at 15 minutes, and we still got many abilities.
well, we've been going through the top ones right
That's
here.
true. We have
So
been going through our favorite abilities. Grow
also let
after
you know
nerf.
that a lot of people who watch this are only going to look at the skip through the video to see the abilities they use and that's what's going on here. We're going
That's true.
really in depth here.
We're
That's my
going.
plan.
We're deep diving. We are deep diving, and that's fair. Maybe I make
That's
highlights for
going to
each
be a longer
ability.
video.
Um,
Please make highlights. Please make highlights.
grow after nerf. It is C tier for me.
Oh yeah, no, Alter Nerf. I will say solid C tier. I'm gonna put that. I think I'll put that above engine.
It's above engine
Yeah,
for
that's above
me.
engine.
It's
Above
a whole
engine.
grade above engine for me. But
True.
grow, it was good before, but it just stalls the game, and it still gets used to stall the game today. It's of
Yeah,
course
that.
better now that it's 10 seconds, but they can still stall a game if that's what they want, if that's their
Yeah,
prerogative.
yeah, and obviously you can eat people. That's good, but not on every map. In my mind, Shrink Ray, which we'll talk to later, is going to be above it in my mind because Shrink Ray you can eat them on all maps, and Growth Ray you can only eat them if you can reflect it off the water, hit yourself.
Hmm.
Which, as Gussie showcased in our other video, he sucks at.
It is a required skill. Next, rock.
uh, Boulder, Rock Boulder. Okay.
Rock.
Ooh, I'm gonna put that. I can't put that A tier because it's not comparable. I'm gonna put that in B. I'm gonna put that B tier.
I'm gonna put it low A.
That's good. That's good. That's gonna be controversial. This one's gonna be a little controversial,
I'm
but
putting it
it's
low A. I think there's a
that's
lot of
fair. That's
validity to
fair.
using rock, especially rock grapple is a really meta. A lot of people
Very,
watching
very.
this video are probably going to watch for rock because rock is so common. It is very good. It is
Yeah.
just the
Its
invincibility
immunity
frames you
frames is
cannot do anything with.
very, very good ability. I'll let you fully describe your opinion on it, and then I'll go into mine.
On
Or,
rock
yeah.
or
Or you
are we
go.
going to missile? Wait, rock?
Did you
Rock
already say your piece about Rock?
rock is funny and I like it.
Okay, that's fair. I'm not putting in A tier because I don't think that it can go with the grenade and the blink as much. I'm also gonna say that it's it's really good if it's just like a one-on-one fight, just a 1v1. But if
Mhm.
you get a lot of people involved, it's just you gotta
Mhm.
have a real you honestly have to be very good at the game, which is not a lot of those people in this community. They're gonna be very, very good at the game to not accidentally kill yourself with it. It's very good for getting those like one-time kills, but after that, it's just it falls off. And obviously
Mhm.
the combos are amazing. I'm definitely gonna put the highest B tier, but I'm gonna reserve A tier for the abilities that you don't kill yourself with as much. All right, on to Missile.
Oh god, this one just won our most underrated
It
ability.
did. This one did just win. I think I'm gonna put that. Oh,
This is high B for me.
ah God. This is
I'm
oh
putting it
man.
after rock though. I'm putting it
Uh,
right here.
yeah, I'll put it right there too. I'm gonna put it right after. I'm gonna put it directly below Rock just because Rock is so common.
Mhm.
It is very good, and I think standalone.
Mhm.
Obviously, they had different play styles. I don't know.
Mhm.
That's really hard to get into. I'm just gonna put Rock just barely above Missile because of the invisibility frames that you get from it, the ability to use Grapple with it, which is just such a good combo. Dash with it, such a good combo. And Missile is very good, but you are a little bit of a sitting duck, and you can die very
Yes,
easily if you
very
use it wrong.
vulnerable.
You can also kill yourself with it
Mhm.
very easily.
As
Um,
Savage proved in our last video.
yeah.
I think
Shut
it is
up.
great, but those that sitting duck is just terrible. And in when you're playing free for all, if you have 4 players or it's a 2v2, it doesn't really serve much purpose outside of 1v1s. And so that's why I think it's a bit lower on my list.
Yeah. Well, I still think it's good in a lot of people. Oh, actually, I want to note one thing. It's very good for if you can fly it above the map and you can hold. I scared you with this one in the video. You can hold it above there in the map, and
Hmm.
then you can come back down with it. And some people won't be ready for it. And I like doing those little secret airstrikes.
Hmm.
If they're very long and they take a long setup, so you're very vulnerable. But
Hmm.
it's good long ranged.
Hmm.
All right, on to Spike.
Oh
Pacer
god.
test.
Where's
Shout out to Pacer test.
shout out Pacer
Um,
test?
I am
Spike
gonna put
god.
that. I'm gonna put that below Missile, but I'm gonna put that still in B tier. Still in B tier.
Mm. Oh.
Just because it stops uh one of the best play styles in the game. It is extremely good into stopping defensive players. It stops platform
Yes.
camping. It stops it. and
It
being able
also,
to stop that very well is so powerful.
I
Also
have
on
learned,
long platforms, on long. Sorry,
I have
continue.
learned just
I'm keep going.
recently, it is also very good against Gust.
That's
I'm
true.
putting it
Very
at
very
top
true.
of B. It is great against Gust
Ooh,
players. I'm putting it at top of
it
B
is.
because I think
I
DKS
think
exposed me for this. DKS pulled it out in the Masters semifinals,
that's
which is
hilarious.
just unseen. I think it's high B because of its just versatility and its combo ability. It's just an
That's true.
all-around solid
And
ability.
also putting this as a very, very good ability. I'm not gonna put it up. I'm not gonna put it above Missile because of what we said. I'm gonna put it a little bit below that just because it is short range opposed to
Mhm.
the longer ranged. It is a little easier to dodge unless you're using Gust. Then it's very easy to catch Gust with it. When I was playing Ollie and I was testing some things with Ollie, and Ollie is another extremely, extremely amazing player in this game.
Mhm.
I'd say equal to myself and Gussie. But he was unable to beat me with Spike, and I wasn't expecting that. I was just using Spike to mess around, but I was able to beat him with it just because
Mhm.
it is a very good counter to those meta to Gust, which is a very, very meta ability right now.
Mhm.
All right, let's move on to time stop.
TS time stop. One of the best
The
2v2 abilities. The frenzy maneuver, right? Or no, the
What is
FF.
frenzy? What is it? No, friendly fire.
The
Friendly
friend
fire.
the
That's what it
friendly
was.
fire strat. Um,
This one's actually kind of hard. I can't put B.
I'm
I want to
putting low
say
C.
C or.
It's
This is
better
hard.
than engine in my mind. I prefer it over engine. Uh,
Oh hell no.
it is dog water in solos unless you're playing against defensive players.
Oh
Um,
yeah, no. This is the easily like second worst ability in the game if it's just a 1v1. But because of the 2v2 capabilities, and if you
2v2
do get it
with
off, if you
platform.
get it off, that's the
Oh,
thing. Is it if you get it off, if
you
you get
win.
it off, oh my god, you should win. If you
You
don't
should
win
win.
and you're using
Yes.
time stop and you get it off, oof.
Mhm.
So and
But
there have been
that being
various
said,
bugs with it throughout the game's history. So I'm gonna put it
yeah,
low tier. I'm
I'm
not
putting
gonna
it low C as
banish it
well.
to D tier. I'm not banishing it to D tier, but I'm saving that for Invis. Onto smoke, saving ability S tier.
Simply the best ability in the game. Okay,
That
there
best.
is some validity to using smoke.
Yeah, smoke is underrated. We didn't really discuss that enough in our video. Smoke is hella underrated.
It has
I
very good things. Opposing grow, opposing shrink, opposing blink, all those guns, it can just block out. It also is flammable, so it can block out all the flame stuff, such as grenade, missile, and beam especially. It is great against beam.
Yeah, oh yeah. I see standalone. This is where we get into the standalone
Mm-hmm.
argument. Standalone comboing. This ability is just the combos it has are just juicy and they're great and they're fantastic. But
Mm-hmm.
standalone, it is very good at countering obviously blink, growth rate, shrink rate. That's being able to hard counter those three is also massive. I'm I might put it I think I might put it just the lowest B tier. I think.
I did lowest B tier as well.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do lowest B tier. I'm not. I can't say C tier. It's just not C
Mm-hmm.
tier. It's not.
It's not C
It's
tier
B
because
tier.
there is a lot of stuff it is very good for. It is one of the best counter abilities that can
Yeah,
punish your
very good for countering.
opponents.
Oh, another thing I like to know is this is very high skill level, but you can
Yes.
dodge arrows and grenades and missiles with it. And I've even seen it dodge dash boulder because it's a projectile. You hit it, it's gonna have an
Mm-hmm.
interaction with that. It's gonna set it off. It's gonna
Yup.
redirect it. It is obviously this is very hard to pull off. This
Mm-hmm.
is very high skill ceiling. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put a B tier. All right. I think we can move on to platform now.
This one underrated. Underrated. This one's
Oh,
the
very.
most defensive player favorite other than Dash. Oh god. This is fantastic when you get into endgame scenarios. It is very comboable with things such as roll and missile and spike. It is heavily countered by spike, of course, but this for gaining advantages in game, this is a very good control variable to have. I think I'm putting it at high B tier,
I'm putting A
highest
tier.
B tier.
I'm gonna put it lowest A tier because of the ability for the
What's up?
survivability it has for.
What's up,
Oh,
Savage? I'm
sorry,
not gonna
one
call you
second.
Wash this time.
No, sorry, I forgot that we were in this channel. I'm sorry, Taz. I
No, please,
wouldn't
please.
have done this if we weren't making a YouTube
Go
video.
to
I'm sorry.
the Goodbye.
Okay, one moment. I'm just gonna lock this channel. I forgot that we were in here. I'm sorry. I feel bad. It's a little mean, but we're doing this right now.
All right.
Okay. Anyway, explaining platform's ability to just it's so good if you have dash. You can
Mhm.
just survive. Yes, it's so boring and I
It
hate
is
it.
very
But
boring, but
is
it is
really
good.
for getting those boring kills. Also, pairs with time stop. Let you
Yep.
super duper amazing with time stop.
Mhm.
It is also good for if you can pop shot with it. It's kind of weird, but you can if you're standing in the same like directly next to somebody and you just click the platform, they're dead. They're dead. They're dying.
Mhm.
They're no
And
longer
it beats
alive.
whatever they could do. It will always
Yeah,
happen first.
it is good. I do like it. I'm gonna put it low stay. I think we can move on to
Okay.
revive now.
Of course,
I'd say
before it
that
was high S, before the nerf, but
yes,
now
before the nerf it was legendary, but now I'm putting it D tier. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm putting it high
No,
C
that's
tier.
a little rude. That's a little rude.
I'm putting high C.
Just because of how I've seen it used and I'm comparing this off of not like theoretically, but like the actual results I've seen in like the last few months I've played against this ability and with this ability. I'm putting it probably lowest C. I'm putting this below time stop in my mind for a few
Interesting.
really good reasons. This ability, in my opinion, is unbelievably overrated. It is just so overrated. People who have low skill levels and are just trying to use it, if it's two low level players who are fighting, yeah, it's pretty good. But if you get somebody who can actually use their brain to hit a shot with an arrow, a grenade, a missile, like literally just any one of the many slightly ranged abilities, they're dead. You kill them, you've got
Mhm.
such a long time to get over to them and kill them. It it is it's all you got to do. Obviously, cloning yourself is super fun, very fun mechanic. But for actually just winning games, it's gonna get. You can easily just hard counter it. You can hard counter it. I've got. This is gonna be controversial. I'm gonna put it low.
I'm
Low
putting it
C.
high C
Lowest.
tier. And I
And that's
actually,
fine.
almost for the exact same reason you gave, because of how low skill level you need to use it, it is great ability to put in your middle slot so you can switch out later. I think it can be
That's true.
very good as a
It
middle
has
slot
no skill
ability.
ceiling.
It's
It
very
has
low
no skill.
skills, but it still works. I mean, you don't need to work well. It's
That's
fantastic
true.
on moon maps.
Yeah, there are some things you can do
There are
with
some
it.
moon
So
maps where they cannot get to the other side. And so there is some strategy. If you place it in the bottom right of one map and then you go to the top left of it on a moon map, it can work very well. And I think there is a lot of validity to some people that use it here and there.
I kind of forgot about this, but I remembered it. I'm still keeping it here in this ranking. If you use platform or gust while you're
Yes.
using this ability, you can place it down and then platform through it, so they won't be able to kill you while you're reviving. And also, if you gust a platform, you fall down a little bit, and then you revive, and the platform's going to come back. It'll protect it'll
Hmm.
be able to protect that revive, but you'll have to sacrifice 2 slots to do that.
Hmm.
Ooh.
It's a tough ask, but I think it's valuable, especially at lower levels of play. Okay, next we got roll. Probably the best ability in the game. This is going to be my second D tier. Savage seems to have died. Um, I guess I'll start explaining roll. Roll is very good. It is one of those abilities Zapper even admitted to almost not having in the game. Cause it's just you could.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, am I back? Am I
Yeah.
back? Sorry, I had 5,000 ping. I'm sorry. I'm not kidding. I'm not even kidding. I hope that was insane. I could hear everything you were saying, but that was
Okay.
absurd.
But yeah,
Ooh.
so roll. It's for me. It is low D tier for me because while it is comboable, there is such a long wait time, and it dies easily to water or getting pushed out of bounds. And once you're in the roll, if you're on smaller platforms, it is counterable by arrow, by grenade, by any attacking ability. There is. Let's see, arrow, grenade, rock, spike, missile. All of those can counter it. Also, just even engineering the platform that they're rolling on can get them killed. And so I think roll is one that needs. I don't even know if a buff of making it start time faster would even help. Maybe in 2v2s. In singles, it is just a waste of a spot.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was I sorry, I was conversing with my mother. I wasn't able to hear everything you said, but this I really don't need to explain why this ability is D tier. Please buff this ability. I know Zapray. Shout out to Zapray, love you. God of Bopl. I know he really enjoys using it as he showcases some of his abilities in his videos. But the ability to you can just jump over it. You can kill it with so many things. The charge up time is abysmal. I mean, it's just no.
Yep.
Just D tier. Just simple D tier.
It is very flashy, I'll give it that, but it is not practical.
All right, on to Shrink Ray. I'm gonna put Shrink Ray. Ooh, definitely B tier, but I don't know if I want to put it like above or below Spike or above or below. I'm not gonna. Ooh, this one's a little hard because being able.
Doing high C.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm gonna put it B tier. I think I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it up above Smoke, above him. Please don't divorce me. I'm putting it above Smoke. I think I'm gonna keep it below.
It is fantastic for eating players. However, playing against players that have bow and arrow and Gust, it only improves their Gust arrow.
That makes it harder. It makes it a little harder, but yeah.
It does make it a little harder, but
those little oh, yeah, they're
it is so hard to run away from or to chase down a tiny player after they're shrunken. It creates
unless you're using like something that you're comboing with, like unless you're using a grapple or a
yeah,
dash, or unless you're like intentionally you're really trying to do that, and you can hard counter being eaten by Boulder using timing a pop shot with an arrow correctly, using platform to just run away, drill, there Meteor. There's lots of counters to it. So I'm going to put it above Smoke because I find that you can combo with Missile, as I've shown. You can combo with Beam, as I literally got my ass handed to me by DKS.
Yes. Yeah.
I for one, God, Lord, I was playing bad, but he beat me fair and square with it, and I'm gonna put it there because standalone, it's a solid B, but its combo is also B, and I'm just gonna keep it right there.
Yeah.
You can make white holes with it, which is also just fun. It's just fun to do. It's just goofy.
Black hole.
Black hole.
High D tier. It is a waste of a spot. You need to put it in your middle ability. It can be good if you have random and they're not expecting it, but the fact that you can only use it once per life is incredibly draining. And even with that, there is some randomness to how you place it. It is not always perfect. And so for that, it is just D tier for me.
Yeah, I'm going to put it D tier because you have to sacrifice so much to combo with it. You have to, if you really want to build into it, you have to use a growth ray. You have to do this and that. You have to do so many things. It won't work. If there's just a player who just knows what you're doing, the easiest thing to do is just stick with them. You just won't die to it unless you make a mistake. You have to make a mistake to die to it usually, or the opponent has to really be good with it and to get you with it. It can't stand up. And like you said, being only able to use it once per life is just D tier. Invis, lowest D tier, worst ability. No.
It is better now that you can't see the player and you can only see the trail. It is very comboable with Rock. As its own,
it's actually kind of hard. This one's really hard. This one's really hard for me.
Low C. That's what I'm doing. Low C. I can't like.
I can't put it in D tier because obviously Invis Rock is very good. Being invisible is very powerful if you know what you're doing. Just don't stand on platforms. If you just jump everywhere, if you're jumping everywhere, it's so hard to find you. You can sneak up on players. It is very good with combos. Standalone, not as powerful. But I think I'm gonna put it above Revive. I'll put it above Time Stop. I think I'm gonna put it high C tier. High C tier.
I think I'd put it above Grow. Yeah. Next is Meteor.
Meteor, ooh, very good.
Meteor is very good.
Yeah,
I think that's low A tier for me.
Should I put that? Where should I put that in A tier though? Should I put it above platform?
I'm putting it above Rock.
Should I put it above platform?
I have it above my platform. It is one of the best attacking abilities. It is one of the last abilities we are talking about that is still used in meta gameplay. DKS is very good with Meteor. Leo the Pro, very good with Meteor. It is a good combo ability. It is also good all-around ability. Garrier's also...
who's not a pro? Another person who's Garrier. Another person who's not a pro, but I've seen play with Meteor and do just as well as the pros is Ben Solo or Ben Full Squad.
Mm.
My cousin, he is very good with Meteor, and there are a lot of players like you just mentioned. There are so many players who are good with Meteor. They
Yeah.
just take a lot of skill level. Don't use it on controller. Do not use this ability on controller. There's too much input delay. It'll never work. Only use
Well,
this on mouse
Leo
and
does
keyboard.
it quite well.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with you on that one, but that's fine. I just think
Yeah,
that
I think it's A tier. It's a
controller with
great
it
attacking
is good.
ability. The speed,
definitely
I
A
think,
tier.
is what defines it. It is so fast, and that's what makes it really
It is
good.
very fast. One thing that is a little annoying about it is you can draw with it occasionally. If you kill them and you both
Yeah.
go off the map, you will get those draws, and sometimes that will be the determining factor of winning and losing if you're playing competitively or if you're trying to. It is frustrating to get those draws. I don't know if I want to put it above or below Blink though. It's really hard in my mind. I think I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it above Blink. Yeah, I'm
Remember,
gonna
this
put it
is
above
old
Blink.
Blink. Or new Blink. This is new Blink.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah, New Blink. I am going to put it above New Blink because of how good it is. Very good.
All right, throw.
Macho Man, underrated in my opinion. I'm going to put that definitely B tier.
Really?
Above that.
I'm
above
putting
that.
this
Oh,
in
dude,
D.
that's fine. That's fine. I think that this ability is underrated as hell.
It creates such a large hitbox, and you are forced in this state for so long. In single player, it is
True.
terrible. In in 2v2, it is okay if you throw someone with beam. Like in free for all, it's terrible. Your hitbox is so large for such an extended amount of time. I wouldn't replace it with any of the abilities above it. I would rather have them. I just don't like it. It is funny.
That's fine. That's fine. It is fun to use, but I've seen it used properly. I've seen it. It's very good for throwing it up. It's very good for catching players who don't know. It's kind of hard to explain the way I feel about it, but I don't. I'm looking at the growth rate. I don't know if I want to put it above growth rate. I think I might put it. I'm gonna put it C tier actually. I changed my mind. I'm gonna put it C tier, but I'm gonna put it higher C tier. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Gussie, you there? I swear
Yes.
that I cut out.
No,
Okay.
you're good.
What's my ping right now? Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
All right.
Push.
On to push. Ooh, let me
This
think.
one's another good
Ooh.
defensive ability.
Underrated.
Easily
Maybe a
counterable
little bit.
by Blink. It is very good combos with Tesla, which we'll discuss next.
Yeah, it is. It is just good. It is just good.
I think I'll put that right behind Blink. What I think its like worst counter is. I'm putting
Where
it
did you put Blink? Did you
B
put
tier.
Blink B?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
mid
definitely
B
gonna
tier.
put this in B tier. I'm
It
gonna put it
is.
above Shrink. I'm gonna put it above Shrink Ray, but below Spike.
I put it below Spike and above Shrink.
I'm putting it. I'm putting it like right in there, in the center of B. It is very good. Maybe above Spike. No, I can't. No, definitely. I'm
No.
definitely gonna put it in B tier.
I'm happy with
Push
this.
is very good.
Push is
Alright,
good. It's combos.
I don't really know. I don't think I can really say a lot about this. It's just a solid ability. Like, it's just good. I mean, the recharge is like instant. Obviously, when you're using it, you won't recharge your other abilities, which you have to be conscious about. It's really good for ranging the map, stealing platforms from players.
Great in 2v2.
It's also just fun to play with. I like to say it's just fun to play with. It's just fun to drag a little platform around. I don't have much to say about that. That's B tier.
And one of its best partners, Tesla, our next one. Oh
yeah, so
boy.
next one, Tesla.
Tesla can be good. It is a high skill level ability. It can
very high to use it correctly.
To use it correctly, I'm
gonna dog in this ability. I'm gonna dog in this ability right now. I'm putting it like super low C tier.
I'm putting it super high C tier.
I can't put it
can
above.
be used well, especially with push, especially with grow. It is. I think it's a solid ability, and it has its validity to being in the game as its own, and it should be one of the abilities people use. I just think it's solid.
I think that I'm going to disagree slightly on that, and that's just because we obviously have play styles and whatnot. I can't fully agree with what you're saying right now. I think that standalone, this is an ability that can kind of swing both ways. You do have to be very good with it, and because it's so demanding to be good with it, for it to even be in C tier, it's a high skill ceiling and it's still in C tier. I'm just saying, by taking how many people like the average skill level of somebody who plays Bopl, I'm going to put it lower in C tier just because you have to really know what you're doing with it.
You have to really know
not
what
mess
you're
up
doing with it. I think that's probably why I
Yeah.
like it. It's like a puzzle.
Yeah, it is fun, but I'm going to put it lower just because I like not using my brain when I play the game.
Mine. You know what I think of
Ooh,
mine.
very good.
I
think mine is
like
very good.
mine.
I do like mine a lot.
I can't put it above Missile for obvious reasons, as we just proved.
I don't. I'm going to put a B tier. I don't know if I want
Same.
to put it above or below Shrink. Let me think.
Mine is above Shrink.
It's good. I think above
It's
Shrink
good
is
with
fair.
Grow. It's good with
Should I put it
Gust.
above? Should I put it above Push? That's my biggest thing.
I put
What
it
does
above
compare to
Push.
Push?
I put it above Push. It is great for
Yeah,
defensive and
I'll
offensive.
put it smack dab B. Smack dab and B. I'm not
I'm
gonna
putting
put it
Smack
above
Dab B
Spike.
as well.
I can't put it above Spike, but I'm gonna
Yeah,
put it there.
I did Smack
Combos
Dab
has
B
very
as
good with
well.
it. You can hide it with you can hide it with Smoke, which is very fun. You can grow it, which is very fun. You can Gust it, which is super fun. You can put it above map, which is oh god, getting kills when they forget that it's there, super fun. You can put it directly on a revive, revive sucks, and just counter it. It's just fun. It's fun. I enjoy it. I'm definitely gonna put that smack dab B.
And the
for
combo
me.
with Teleport is kind of insane. There is
Oh, I forgot about that one too. Yeah, that one's also an
that is
extremely fun
it's
one.
an interesting combo. And speaking of Teleport, that is our next one on the list.
Yeah.
I've tried to
Teleport?
make this work. I've tried, and I've had almost no success with it. I'm putting this
ability,
in
my
D
opinion,
tier.
is very overrated. This is that's rough.
I'm putting it
I'm
in
not
D
gonna put
tier.
it, definitely not B tier. C tier. This is hard. I can't put it above that. I'll put a high C tier. I'm gonna put a high C tier. It is a little overrated in my opinion. I see too many people think that they're good with it and then they just utterly fail with it. It does combo with being able to tell. You can teleport black holes now. I forgot about that. They added that now. That's a new
What?
thing. That you can teleport black holes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you forgot about that. Yeah, see that's big. That was just added. That's super fun. You can I tested it. You could even if it's slightly in a little ring, it could be a massive black hole and it's just slightly in that little teleport. It'll teleport still. It's super fun.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna put teleport high C. I'm gonna put above Macho Man, below Growth Ray. It is good. Amazing recoveries. Say you're using drill, it's super duper recovering when you accidentally fly away. You can save yourself. I like it a lot. I don't personally use it because I obviously prefer S tier dash. Yeah. Moving on to
Drill.
Drill, very good.
Very
I'm gonna
high
put this
skill level.
High skill. I'm gonna put this A tier, I think.
I'm putting this bottom of A. I think
Yeah, I'm gonna put it
if you can
bottom
use this
A.
correctly, Burrito, I don't know if I'm able to beat, even with Gust Arrow. Burrito is very good with Drill, and I think there's just so much unexplored about Drill. There are a ton of maps that unfortunately counter it.
Yeah, there are also some maps that just make Drill just like, oh
Mhm.
my god, I'm just terrified.
Yeah.
Drill is amazing because one, it is one of the two abilities in the game where you can do super jump mechanic. Obviously, Boulder and Drill very good for that. You can fly across the map with it. For people who don't know, I'm just gonna briefly explain this. Super jump is just if you're moving up a platform and you push the key to move away from the platform and jump at the exact same time, you'll go higher. And if you push either the drill or rock ability at the same time, you'll just go flying. Super good for movement, very good for surprising enemies. Drill is very good for getting out of sticky situations. It is very, very good. You can kind of pop shot with it, like just being able to, if you're right on them, you can click it. Very good with dash, very good with teleport. It's very, very solid ability.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah.
Grapple.
Agreed.
Grapple, I love Grapple. Rienton, I love you.
Rienton.
I kind of didn't like this ability so much until I played with Rienton a lot, and he really showed me because he's probably the best Grapple player I know with it. He knows what he's doing with it.
With
so
Grapple Rock, yeah.
Definitely gonna put it B. I'm gonna put it very high B. I'm gonna put it below Boulder, above Missile.
It's one of two movement abilities in the entire game, which automatically makes it very helpful for a lot of situations. And I think for me personally, it's so difficult to learn just because there's so many mechanics with grappling other players. You can both grapple other players onto a platform, or you could grapple onto other players.
Or
It is
objects or objects in the air. You can grapple onto objects in the air. You can mortar with an arrow and grapple it. You can mortar grenade.
Doesn't arrow break it?
Well, if you shoot an arrow and you grapple it, it'll change the direction of the arrow.
Yeah,
which
okay.
is sneaky. It's fun. It'll break it, but yeah, it's fun. You can also travel with it. Like if you shoot the arrow, grapple it, and then jump, you'll fly with it, which is super fun.
I think I'm putting this low B, not the lowest B.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that it is very good. Also, you said that there's 2 movement abilities in the game. I want you to rethink that. You're stupid.
Which other movement ability? You considering platform?
Dash? No, teleport, bud. You movement. You move out of the way. You teleported. I'm counting that. I can argue pushing the platform out. I don't know. But
I'm considering what moves your character.
Yeah, definitely second best. I'll say definitely the second best movement ability.
Yeah,
definitely second best. Very very good, but it is high skill ceiling. Very good standalone. Also being able to grapple other characters to the platform. There are a lot of counters to that. But if you do get it off, it's just so fun to catch. I just call it catching. Like you just catch a little Pokemon, and you just catch them. Boom, they're right there. They're just stuck on that platform. It's so fun.
If they don't have dash, they're kind of screwed.
Yeah, unfortunately, dash being so good that a lot of players are going to use that. You can get out of it with platform. You can get out of it with thrill. Yeah, it is kind of easy to get out of, which is unfortunate. But very very fun ability. Now moving on.
Our final one.
Last one
used to be high S tier. Now it's a low A.
Solid S. Oh yeah, definitely A tier. I'm going to put it mid.
I think they nerfed it correctly enough.
They did because they also buffed the turn speed of it, which is that was good. Because they nerfed it. It was kind of a 2-part nerf. This was I was really big on that movement. I'm going to put it below Meteor because Meteor is instant. It's just you can instantaneously just, boom, kill him. It's just like it's that stat. It's very fast. It's very very good. It's very sneaky. With
what are the hot men ads doing on your screen?
Huh? Shut up! What are you doing? They're just changing. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I can't get rid of them. They're just there. I don't know.
You know they have like targeted ads, right?
Raid Shadow Legends.
Okay, yeah, go on. Muscle up.
So annoying. I can't even exit. There's no X. Okay. Because Beam is it's pretty obvious how you're gonna kill him. It's so obvious on how you're gonna kill him, and if you are starting to lose to it, you can just switch to something that counters it. It feels really hard saying all of this when I just lost to it, but it is very, very good. Being able to use Shrink with it is very powerful. Shrink those platforms, shrink the opponents. You can kill them very easily. Or being able to blink the platform that they're standing on and beam them, very fun. Being able to reflect it off water is overpowered. The push on platforms is ridiculous. I mean, this is a very good ability.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Very fun to use as well. You can beam merge, which honestly isn't very practical for like getting a consistent amount of kills. But when it does happen, or just doing it for fun, super fun. Beam clashes is also fun.
Yeah.
Little buggy because sometimes they'll just both die, which is I know is an intended feature because I read that it's an intended feature that happens. But it's good, and I think that concludes it. That's
our list. They're very different. I will say they're very different. You can't see mine, but I can see yours. We very differed on this. I was not afraid to put things in D tier like you were.
Yeah, well, I was saving S tier and D tier for like abilities that are like what the hell. Like I didn't want to like punish as much as on D tier as you did.
Yeah.
I'd have Gust. I'm gonna change Gust to just G. It's just gonna be G.
G.
Just G.
Yeah.
G tier.
Well, that's it. Comment your favorite ability down below, and if you made it this far, 48 minutes. Holy crap.
But you're gonna need to be putting dividers in there. This would be 2 things. You'll have to have a divider for the abilities and then rambling.
Yeah.
Abilities and then just rambling. But yeah, this is
48.
This is easily, in my opinion, going to be the best YouTube video for really in-depth explanations of, because all the other tier lists that I've seen on there did not go nearly as in-depth as you and I did, or have as much backing or as much logical reasoning as we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I
Well,
downloaded it.
that is it for us today on the Gorlock Gaggle. Thank you, Savage, once again. Like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Yeah. Another great day in the Gorlock Gaggle. I'll see you guys all later. God, I hate Savage.